Alrighty, guys, we are back. It's your boy EQ. And up next, we have Elliot Wilson and DJ HED discussing Kendrick Lamar's Grammy nominations, including questioning whether or not Kendrick will actually feel comfortable with Not Like Us winning. Honestly, I feel like why wouldn't he? He's already been a Grammy darling, I want to say, since he debuted, to the tune of 17 Grammys up until this point. So I wouldn't expect him to be anything other than comfortable. And winning the Grammy would be probably the biggest victory lap you could possibly have for a record, especially with the impact that Not Like Us had. We did have Shabuzi with that Tipsy record, and obviously that's the one record that could potentially upset Not Like Us. And of course, we've seen some crazy snubs in the past, but I'm pretty sure the Academy is definitely aware of the impact and the significance Not Like Us had. So yeah, while there is a chance that Shabuzi could win, I honestly see Kendrick, can we say, sweeping his nominations? But we'll all have to wait and see. Like I said, we've seen weirder things before, so who knows? But enough dilly-dallying. Let's jump right into the video. Again, we have Elliot Wilson and DJ HED discussing Kendrick Lamar's Grammy nominations, and also questioning whether or not Kendrick Lamar will feel comfortable with receiving the Grammys for Not Like Us, which I'm wondering why he wouldn't be, but we shall see.
Was nominated for
first
6
of all,
Grammys.
DJ, how do you feel about the enormous amount of nominations for a Kendrick Lamar record called Not Like Us?
Record of the year, song
sense.
of the year, best rap song, best rap performance, best music video, and DJ Mustard.
There's nothing higher than record of the year, song of the year, these type of places, right, Jeremy? Like, Not Like Us is on this level?
No, it most definitely is. I mean, it was #1 for quite a long time. The impact it had socially, culturally was obviously very, very big. And it went way beyond what any other diss record really has ever done as far as commercially speaking. So it's really not surprising. And yeah, record of the year, song of the year are the biggest achievements you could potentially get at the Grammys. Song of the year, I want to say, is for the songwriter, while record of the year basically encompasses the artist, the engineer, the producers, and stuff like that. So to me, it's not surprising at all that they would be up for this and that they would be the favorites. Like I said, Shabuzi does have a shot at the upset. That record was definitely big. But usually with these type of awards, it really is people just voting on just name recognition. And we can't deny that Not Like Us probably had the biggest cultural impact musically anyway this year. Because it's definitely been a crazy, crazy year in other aspects.
I'm going to make a Grammy prediction. I don't think they're going to let us sweep.
You're not getting
I'm
rings?
not saying us. I'm not on the record, okay? I don't think they're going to allow
Thomas would let him have it. Pause.
I don't know who they is, but I just don't see him sweeping because...
You mean winning in all categories?
Correct. I don't see him sweeping because niggas don't like the West Coast. And we fine with it.
Okay, so you see him win.
Obviously, DJ HED is running with the underdog mentality. But I wouldn't put Kendrick Lamar with most West Coast artists, if any at all. I think for me, Kendrick Lamar is definitely... He's one of those guys whose sound really isn't too heavy reliant on the West Coast sound. If you listen to his production, it's like, dude, it's all over the place. It's jazz inspired by funk as well. The dude has been really eclectic when it comes to his production. So while he is a West Coast legend now, he's still also very, very commercially viable, you know? The dude does monster numbers, and he doesn't really rely on the West Coast sound too much. He does big it up any chance he gets, obviously. He's proud of where he comes from, but... yeah, man, he doesn't get pigeonholed. He's definitely a guy that's not defined by a region when people look at him. Kendrick's definitely done great in the pop market, honestly, his whole career.
Winning best rap song.
I see us getting 3 out of those 5.
Best rap performance. And does he get best music video?
I see us getting 3 out of those 5. You take your pick.
So that's just, so he's not getting song of the year, record of the year. Those going to...
I don't know.
Non-hip-hop records.
I don't know.
Well,
Do you think
I think Shabuzi might get song of the year.
Yeah. Do you think he doesn't open his mouth often because it's too overwhelming for the Grammys? Because every time he does, this is what happens. So it's like he keeps his mouth shut until like a specific time so that when he does open his mouth, it doesn't like, the committee doesn't go crazy.
Kendrick just opened his mouth. Someone go hand him a Grammy right now.
I mean, pretty much every time he drops, he's snagging at least a Grammy. You know, you can pretty much bet on that. But yeah, man, he's never been the guy to be overly talkative anyway. That's what makes a lot of those interviews a lot more special, you know, because they are so rare.
What do you think of this?
He be trying.
DJ HED, you've been on the record that, you know, with all respect to Not Like Us being the big hit record that it is, it's probably the biggest fucking record of the year. It's now the greatest diss song of all time. It's beat Hit 'Em Up. It's over. Unbelievable, but it's happened. Euphoria, another great Kendrick Lamar record.
Who left up with the...
I like when you do that.
That was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
It's interesting that record, I guess it was submitted. Was it submitted? It was submitted also.
I have no
for
knowledge of this.
consideration. I think it was submitted for
I
consideration.
think they said it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, obviously, Not Like Us is gonna overshadow Euphoria, even though I really love Euphoria as well. The record was definitely amazing. But yeah, like it's one of those things where like they both get in, they kind of like steal votes from each other. Sort of like when you have like two MVP candidates on one team, they kind of do that.
That all the
Soundwaves, though.
nominations went to Not Like Us and not that song, which that feels more, let's say, Grammy friendly.
Best rap performance.
Why?
Yeah. Because it doesn't have salacious content. Like
You mean the PDF allegations and all the other narratives that have definitely stuck?
pedophilia allegations and things of that nature, right?
Hey.
So,
History lessons about Atlanta.
you know what I'm saying?
Why-
Like I
why-
saw
The thing is, hip hop is historically not a clean genre. More than likely, he's going to perform that record at the Grammys, and they're going to do a radio edit. They're going to do one without the expletives, you know? So, yeah, I feel like the impact of that song kind of overshadows all that other stuff.
something back in the day. Speaking of WAP, Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion.
Whores
Remember that
in
record?
this house. There's
Yep.
some whores in this house.
That was one of your joints? You like that
Yeah.
one? That got you through the pandemic?
Nah. I played the record.
I
though.
saw something, Jeremy, you can check. I think Cardi did not submit that record for the Grammys because she didn't want the backlash of winning a Grammy for that type of record, right? That she would get.
Yes,
I'm
was
sorry,
concerned about internet backlash and reaction and conservative criticism.
Why is
She's the
Kendrick
beginning.
now not concerned that, to me,
That does
now, no
happen.
matter how you look at it, as history goes on years from now, this whole battle is going to be defined by one record called Not Like Us. So why is Kendrick comfortable standing on that record as being the, like, with the content it has, the record?
I can't believe that's even a question that he's even proposing. That was the biggest song. That's the one that did the most numbers. That's the one that had the biggest impact. I mean, it had the internet going nuts for a very long time. You had marching bands playing it at their homecomings and stuff like that. Like, yeah, man, like that record had the biggest cultural impact. So I don't feel like it's even a question as to why it's that song and not one of the other songs. Like I said, the other songs are amazing, but Not Like Us was the one that stood out the most definitely.
It's the best record. It's the
Yeah.
biggest record. It's the kill shot. It's the finishing move.
It's the nuke.
Yeah.
Did you play Mortal Kombat?
Fatality.
Mortal Kombat is, you finish him, and that's that's it. I think that's the only reason. The thing is, Euphoria is a great record. Like I've advocated, coped for that record,
Coped.
but not.
That's what a lot of the Drake stands would say, that you're coping for it or you're caping for it.
I like it's nothing. There was nothing like this
It
phenomenon.
was an awesome record though.
The Dodgers were playing it, spraying champagne on each other.
I don't know if we have to pause there.
Yeah,
Can
I
we
was
pause?
thinking about it.
Nah, man, that's how athletes celebrate. You know what I mean? They spraying things on each other. No Diddy. But yeah, man, like, dude, people were going up to their at bats with that record playing, or were using it as their walkout song when they were like heading towards the octagon. You know what I mean? So yeah, the song definitely had the most impact. So it's no question as to why that's the song that's getting all the love at the Grammys.
We can leave it. They
You know
said
what I'm saying?
we're
It is all
too
about ratings
misogynist,
as
well.
So we won't pause that one.
The-
in the
like,
comments.
bro, you got to think about this, bro. Like, it's just there's been nothing, anything not named Shabuzi. There's been nothing this year.
See what me my theory when I said this, that it had
Tommy Richmond had like 2-3 weeks, but he said some stuff and did some stuff that kind of like rubbed people the wrong way.
that's the side of unification, right? Like
Correct.
No one wants to say that part, right?
Correct.
And even I caught heat when I said that shit. Now it speaks to my accountability later on. I caught heat when I said that he turned the negative into a positive in that sense of unification.
Yeah.
Power of the West Coast. A lot of this kind of stuff that
I mean, that is
with hip hop
hip-hop.
history, we talked a little earlier before we got
Exactly.
on mic about, the tension at times, or like the West not being accepted the same way because East Coast started hip hop at the time, right? So it speaks to all that, right?
And while that may be true now, let's not front like the West Coast did not have an amazing run and has had those premier artists even until now with somebody like a Kendrick. You can't forget Snoop, you can't forget Dre, you can't forget Pac, and the plethora of artists that dominated for a very long time. Nate Dogg, the chorus king, you know what I mean? So you can't make it seem like people just don't like West Coast hip hop. But things come in waves, things come in cycles, you know? So yeah, man, I wouldn't be surprised if they had another run very soon. Who knows?
Yeah. And also, you got to think about it too. From the unification perspective, it definitely did galvanize a whole region.
I call it
I
the
really
Great
did.
Canadian unifier.
Come on, bro.
Actually, I got it. And I got a theory too, Jerry.
I feel like they both just try to bait DJ Head into saying something crazy. But DJ Head is smart enough that he knows, all right, I'm not going to dignify that with a response because you know it's going to go viral for the wrong reasons.
I mean, it's like, you tell me if you agree with me or not.
Okay.
I think as time's going on, it's not even about the pedophile shit as much as it's not. To me, that never. I remember in real time that almost landed, right? I remember going to get some coffee.
It stuck for a while.
And like it was a bar. What do you call them? Bartistas?
Barista, yeah.
Barista.
Yeah, I was thinking of the wrestler. I was thinking Batista.
Dave Batista. Dave Batista.
A new gimmick, yo.
Barista?
Barista, yes.
A Caucasian barista gentleman that I have a coffee shop I frequent.
Yeah.
Was like, Elliot, man, you know, what's up with this? Drake? Is it true? Is it true? Like his world shattered that Drake could be a real creepy guy, allegedly, right?
Yeah.
Like his world. So in real time, I
You gotta
think when that
preface
song
it like
first
that,
came out,
allegedly.
there was a little of that going on of like, oh my
Well, of course. And right after that, bam, the internet is forever. So every creepy clip that you could kind of associate with those PDF allegations were thrown up there. Even the ones that weren't technically anything PDF related, it just was creepy, obviously resurfaced. So yeah, man, it definitely is one of those things where like a narrative doesn't even have to be true for it to be very, very effective. And sometimes even if it's not true, it could destroy your reputation and destroy your career. So yeah, they don't always have to be true for them to be effective.
my God, like, is there something we don't know about this guy? Like, is it
'Cause I-
like we know he dates
as a
young
creator,
women,
I saw
but
all
is
of those
everybody-
comments.
Like, is there something creepy going on here, right, in real life? And then I think that slowly died down. And now I think it's like, if anything landed from that record in terms of like content, it's the third verse about Atlanta, colonizer type stuff. Like,
Being a
the
vulture.
problem this guy lacks of understanding culture and how things move, right? That landed. And then he makes records with people from Atlanta. He's in the bleachers with Lotto and shit.
I mean, he just flew to Young Thug as soon as Young Thug got out, 2 hours after with $1 million in hand. So yeah, that's not gonna help the allegations either.
Fucking history, the history, like, so that landed to me. Like, I feel like it's become less and less about that wild accusation, and that just seems like cheap shots and humor and like low blow and just comedy of it, and people not
It's a
taking it
hip hop
seriously.
diss at the end of the day, guys.
The other part of it, the Atlanta shit and the character assassination and what he means in hip hop and his place in hip hop, that's held to me.
I think that's held more in the hip hop world. What I will say is, I speak to the whites outside of the hip hop world sometimes. Different world.
So they're still on that.
There's people who are like, they're like, Drake might be a pedophile. Is Drake?
Yeah, see,
Sure, like I said, as a creator, I see those comments almost on the daily. At the very least, every time I drop a video having anything to do with Drake. So yeah, it's obviously something that is still out there. But yeah, man, the colonizer and him being a vulture, those have definitely dominated since.
Like
they
don't because they haven't dug into all this stuff, and they don't even really know maybe the other songs in the battle. Maybe they just heard Not Like Us and they're just like, what is?
Or
I
an
think there
Instagram
are people
post.
that are like, what's happening in hip hop? I think we've kind of all agreed to move past the wild allegations on both sides for the most part, and just let it be about the music. I think that people have gotten over it for the most part in hip hop. That's my theory. But what do you think?
Why are you smiling like that? That's really the question.
Devious ass smile.
The Not Like Us phenomenon was a unifier for a region, sonically and content wise, right?
Yes, sir.
The feel, the vibe, the movement, the tempo.
It was definitely a worldwide phenomenon. Like the amount of people that song brought together was crazy.
All of the things. Again, I can't speak on certain things, but I will say, if you are from west of Texas, have your affairs in order. There's a tidal wave coming. Be ready.
Stay on stream.
Stay on stream.
That's why there's so many West Coast projects dropping right now. It's like everybody's trying to
Little
get
academics
theirs before,
job.
The tsunami.
Yeah, this album is about to be fire, man. Kendrick is about to drop a classic. I mean, it's not like he hasn't been dropping classics, but I feel like this one is going to be definitely something very special. When you're riding this type of emotional high, and while people were kind of rushing to get that project out, I feel like it's a lot smarter to kind of tie it in with the Grammys and the Super Bowl. We got to remember, February is going to be a very, very action-packed month for music. So him tying this all together, we all saw what it did for Usher's streams. What do you think it's going to do for Kendrick's streams? It's going to be pandemonium.
Have you heard
People
any of the
dissecting
tsunami?
it.
I like how you phrase it. That.
Have you heard this? Exactly.
I mean, listen,
He's
I've
heard
heard
some records.
records of different individuals that are from California.
Any that are from Compton?
I've heard records from people from Compton.
It could be YG, man. You never know.
Don't start that broccoli thing. Don't start it now, Jeremy.
Hey, did he respond? Can you just tell me if he responded to the text that you sent him on my DM?
No, he did not respond. God damn it.
He didn't
no Santa Claus.
He didn't respond to the text I sent him about you.
No, he didn't specifically respond about
No.
that. Did he?
Oh wow, that's the deal. Why you got to put in his face? He responds
Not about
to other
you.
He
texts
responded
and
to
shit.
other ones.
Huh?
He responded to other texts. Did he say anything?
Of course he
Okay,
did.
All right.
How you feel today, DJ? I feel great, Kendrick.
Yo,
Fuck Jeremy's.
It's almost like such a huge stark difference in how he goes around like speaking on these subjects versus like an academics who will literally crash out and leak all the secrets and tell everything supreme chatty patty and kind of honestly telegraph all the moves so they don't really hit how they're supposed to because the element of surprise is gone. DJ Head is definitely approaching it in a much better fashion.
Request though.
guys, I'm trying.
Grand
I'm
Rising,
trying
King.
here. Wayno tweeted the other day, does anyone know how to make broccoli? And then I just tweeted back at Kendrick
Are
Lamar.
you for real?
You have any idea? And it got like 100,000 views on Twitter. They're looking for the broccoli.
You know what else is interesting about this?
What?
These 7 noms.
6,
7.
7.
Noms.
He's obviously also counting the Like That nominations, which honestly, like, it's not like those songs don't have a chance either, but they're obviously going to be overshadowed by Not Like Us, even though Like That definitely set everything off.
Okay, 7.
The Like That record.
You like that record?
I like that.
Oh, I thought you were just talking about Not
No,
Like
it's
Us.
an awesome
He's
record.
competing against himself.
He's competing against himself.
Look how happy you are about that.
Like That was a crazy.
Best rap performance.
Like That was
Best
crazy.
rap song. How do you compete against yourself?
Okay, where is DJ Head when
Production
he gets
on that
when he-
was
where,
amazing
Where were
as
you
well.
at when the Grammy noms come in? And what was your initial reaction?
I was at the house and
meditating.
I was at the house and I was looking at the
Very zen.
happenings of the Grammys.
So you knew it was going down. You was excited to see what was.
I wasn't excited, but I knew that there was going to be some controversy, and so I was paying attention to it. And then once all of the things came out,
And that's honestly from one very select group of people. I think most people kind of understood the impact that that record had, and obviously it's going to elicit this type of treatment. You're going to get all the nominations, fam. The Grammy knows what they're doing. They're going to quickly approve those bids for nomination.
I went to my ex account and, did my certified cover boy shit. And oh man, the internet went crazy. They did not.
They didn't like your views.
They didn't like that. They did not like that record.
Was there a best comment you got back? Any that you laughed at?
No. You know what? The trolls are kind of mid. Like, I'm almost better at trolling than they are.
They got to come with some
Because
new
you know what I realized too is that a lot of people who troll aren't really that bright. And so like,
Well, they're using like they're definitely going for like low hanging fruit type of stuff, like the obvious, Yeah, of course. And they're also going to be heavily inspired by the hundreds and thousands of other jokes on there, and still think they're being original.
They're not wordsmiths.
yeah, like so your
Not the
trolling,
slightest.
game should be elevated at some point. You know what I'm saying? Like calling me DJ Blowjob or or
That's like a poop joke, Like, yeah, it is lowbrow humor, but obviously it still hits sometimes.
referencing the homie as the midget. Like that's very
That
lowbrow
was corny.
content.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like even I don't resort. Even like when I hear people talk about Elliot or me or like even calling act like the chipmunk, like that's low brow to me.
Yeah.
It's just I'm not really a slapstick kind of guy. I'm more of a
Obviously.
Larry David type motherfucker.
Where it hits later and then you're like, it all came together.
I'm like, he bled me on that. Also, I want to say that the Grammys, I said this on my show, Effective Immediately, on Hip Hop Nation, Sirius XM, my radio show, nationally syndicated.
When does it come
But just check your local listings.
My co-host is Gina Views.
And my co-host is Gina Views. But they bled Mustard with that Grammy photo, bro. The Grammy photo that they use,
Before he lost the weight.
Oh my God, bro.
Man,
The photo they used for Mustard was...
They could have easily have Googled a better picture than that.
It was...
Why you blowing up? That's your home. That's the homie. Why you have to blow up the fact?
We had to bring it to it was crazy.
Can we say that it was a huge snub that
DJ
Metro
Mustard,
didn't get
like,
nominated for producer?
2016.
of the year?
Huge snub?
Huge.
For what? Producer
You
of the
think
year?
Mustard deserved?
High key, Metro produced those 2 albums for Future, and honestly, the production on that was probably some of my favorite production on any project as a whole this year.
A nomination for
I'm asking for what, Jeremy Hick? Producer of the year?
producer of the year. Yeah.
Yes. I mean,
Do I think-
they nominated the album with him and Future, the first one, We Don't Trust You. They nominated Like
Yeah.
That. He definitely should have got a Producer of the Year
Yeah.
nomination alongside.
I agree.
Mustard.
Maybe both.
Maybe the Grammys don't trust Metro.
Maybe I mean he
Grammys,
does,
why don't you trust Metro?
he does have a
You
weird
said
taste.
you don't trust them.
I didn't know. I don't
Oh
know
my
about
God.
that.
I'm just
Hey,
saying.
now.
But
Jeremy on some timing today,
I'm just saying, shout out to Metro.
He's late, but he's on some
He's
timing
just- there's
today,
just way-
man.
But no. I think that was a huge snub. I think Schoolboy Q was a huge snub.
Obviously, Not Like Us was a phenomenon, honestly, worldwide. And it's not even a question as to why all these nominations went through. It was the clear-cut most impactful record of the year. And while I said Shabuzi does have a chance to upset, at least in those two categories, I still feel like Kendrick Lamar is the obvious favorite. We definitely seen some major snubs in the history of music, and this would definitely be one that would get the internet up in arms, and everyone would have their opinion as to how and why they got it wrong. But yeah, man, to me, it makes all the sense in the world. But even if he does get upset in those two categories, I still feel like Kendrick is going to add a bunch of hardware to his trophy case. And yeah, man, it's pretty much, I think it's pretty much inevitable. I'm definitely looking forward to that album. Like I said, somebody riding that type of emotional high, probably your biggest victory, culminating in like the victory lap that honestly like overshadows all other victory laps, winning a Grammy for all your efforts. It's definitely something that punctuates the story perfectly, man. February is definitely going to be a very, very big month for Kendrick. He's going to be performing at the Grammys. He's going to be winning a bunch of Grammys, and he's going to be performing at the Super Bowl. If that's not the best month for a musician ever, like I challenge you to put a better month in the comments. But yeah, man, I'm not surprised at any of this stuff. I'm not surprised at all the nominations. Definitely let me know what you guys think. And also let me know what you guys think of DJ Head's approach to like answering questions and how he deals with stuff that's obviously used to bait him, especially due to the connections he does have to Kendrick. Definitely hit the like and subscribe button, guys. It does the channel wonders. Thank you guys so much for watching, guys. The channel is growing freaking amazingly, and it's all thanks to you guys. I'm definitely looking forward to the dialogues in the comments from this video. And yeah, hope you guys love the video, and I hope to see you guys soon. Kendrick, yeah, he's pretty much the favorite to sweep, guys. I don't really think too many people could argue other than like somebody trying to play the devil's advocate. But we've seen weirder things before.